Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, extensively explored the dynamics of human personality, including pathological traits like narcissism. While Jung did not explicitly use the term narcissist in a modern clinical sense, his work on the shadow, persona, and archetypal dynamics provides a framework for understanding narcissistic behavior. When a narcissist perceives someone as too strong, meaning emotionally resilient, independent, or resistant to their manipulation, they may resort to a final, desperate tactic to regain control or protect their fragile ego. This dirty trick can be understood through Jungian concepts as an attempt to destabilize the other person's sense of self and reassert dominance. Below, I'll explain this phenomenon in detail, drawing on Jung's ideas and modern psychological insights into narcissistic behavior, focusing on the ultimate tactic a narcissist might employ when they feel threatened by someone's strength. Understanding narcissism in a Jungian context. Jung's framework provides a lens to understand narcissistic behavior, persona and ego inflation. Narcissists often construct a grandiose persona, a mask they present to the world to hide their insecurities. Jung described the persona as the social face one wears, but for narcissists, this persona is exaggerated, tied to an inflated sense of self-importance. The shadow contains repressed or denied aspects of the personality, such as vulnerability, shame, or inferiority. Narcissists project their shadow onto others, refusing to acknowledge their flaws. When someone appears too strong, it threatens to expose the narcissist's shadow, triggering defensive behaviors. Archetypal power dynamics. Narcissists often operate from an inflated sense of the hero or king, queen archetype, needing others to mirror their greatness. A strong individual who refuses to play this role disrupts the narcissist's psychic equilibrium. When a narcissist perceives someone as too strong, meaning they cannot be manipulated, controlled, or diminished, they feel their constructed identity is at risk. This triggers a last-ditch effort to reassert dominance, often through a calculated and manipulative tactic. The one last dirty trick: devaluation and smear campaign. The ultimate tactic a narcissist employs when they see you as too strong is devaluation combined with a smear campaign, designed to undermine your confidence, reputation, and relationships. This aligns with Jung's concept of projection, where the narcissist externalizes their shadow by attacking the perceived source of their insecurity. Here's how it works and why it's so insidious. Devaluation. The narcissist attempts to diminish your strength by attacking your character, achievements, or worth. This is a psychological assault meant to make you question your own value and resilience. Example, they may belittle your accomplishments, you're not as successful as you think, gaslight you into doubting your perceptions, or highlight perceived flaws to erode your confidence. Jungian perspective. This reflects the narcissist's projection of their shadow. Your strength, your integration of ego and self, mirrors their own unacknowledged weaknesses. By devaluing you, they attempt to displace their feelings of inadequacy. Smear campaign. When devaluation alone fails, the narcissist escalates by spreading lies, rumors, or distorted narratives about you to others. This is an attempt to isolate you socially and tarnish your reputation, ensuring they regain a sense of control. Example, they might tell mutual friends, family, or colleagues that you're manipulative, unstable, or untrustworthy, painting themselves as the victim. Jungian perspective. The smear campaign is an archetypal betrayal, akin to the trickster archetype manipulating others to maintain power. It's a projection of the narcissist's own flaws onto you, deflecting attention from their shadow. Why this is the last dirty trick. This tactic is often a narcissist's final resort because it's high risk and resource intensive. It requires them to invest energy in crafting a narrative and manipulating others, which they only do when they feel truly threatened. If you're too strong, resilient, self-assured, and impervious to their usual tactics, for example, guilt-tripping, silent treatment, or charm, they resort to this extreme measure to regain a sense of superiority or control. Why this happens. The narcissist's psychic crisis. From a Jungian perspective, a narcissist's behavior stems from an imbalance in their psyche. Threat to the persona. Your strength, your refusal to be controlled or diminished, challenges the narcissist's carefully constructed persona. They rely on others' validation to sustain their grandiose self-image. When you don't comply, it creates a psychic crisis, shadow confrontation. Your resilience forces the narcissist to confront their shadow, the insecurities, shame, and vulnerabilities they've repressed. Unable to integrate these aspects, as Jung advocated for psychological growth, they project them onto you through devaluation and smears, loss of control. Narcissists thrive on power dynamics. A strong individual who sets boundaries or walks away threatens their sense of dominance, prompting a desperate attempt to win by undermining you. How the narcissist executes this trick. The devaluation and smear campaign can take many forms, tailored to exploit your vulnerabilities or social connections. Gaslighting and rewriting history. They may distort past events to make you seem unreasonable or at fault, causing you to doubt your reality. Triangulation. They involve third parties, spreading false narratives to turn others against you or create conflict. Victim playing. They portray themselves as the victim of your supposed cruelty or strength, garnering sympathy from others. Public humiliation. In extreme cases, they may attack you publicly, for example, on social media, in professional settings, to damage your reputation. This tactic is particularly dirty because it's covert, manipulative, and designed to hit you where it hurts most, your sense of self and your relationships. Jung's advice for overcoming this tactic. Jung's teachings emphasize individuation, the process of integrating the conscious and unconscious parts of the psyche to become a whole, authentic self. When facing a narcissist's final dirty trick, you can draw on these principles. Hold fast to your center. Jung believed that a strong connection to the self, the core of your psyche, protects against external attacks. Stay grounded in your values, truth, and resilience. The narcissist's devaluation only works if you internalize their lies, recognize projection, understand that the narcissist's attacks are a reflection of their shadow, not your reality. Jung wrote, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Use their behavior as a mirror to their insecurities, not a reflection of your worth." Avoid retaliation. Engaging with the narcissist's smear campaign feeds their need for attention and drama. Jung advocated detachment from toxic dynamics to preserve inner peace. Focus on your own growth and let their narrative collapse under its own weight. Build a supportive community. Surround yourself with people who know your true character. A narcissist's smear campaign loses power when others see through their lies. Integrate the experience. Jung saw challenges as opportunities for growth. Reflect on what this encounter teaches you about boundaries, self-worth, and resilience. This aligns with individuation, turning pain into wisdom. Real-world example. Imagine a narcissist in a workplace who feels threatened by a colleague's confidence and competence. Initially, they might try flattery or subtle sabotage to control them. If the colleague remains strong, setting boundaries and excelling despite manipulation, the narcissist might resort to spreading rumors, such as claiming the colleague is untrustworthy or takes credit for others' work. This smear campaign aims to isolate the colleague and undermine their credibility. By staying grounded, maintaining professionalism, and relying on allies who know the truth, the colleague can neutralize the narcissist's tactic without stooping to their level. Why this matters? The narcissist's final dirty trick is a desperate attempt to preserve their fragile ego when faced with someone who embodies the strength they lack. From a Jungian perspective, this is a clash between an unintegrated psyche, the narcissist's, and a more individuated one, yours. By understanding their tactics through Jung's lens, projection, shadow, and persona, you can protect your mental and emotional well-being and emerge stronger.